Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Total Fitness and today's routine, Equilibrium Part 2. If you've done either of the Equilibrium workouts, you'll know it's about splitting the minute between two exercises over various times. You'll need a kettlebell today, or a little selection if you've got them. There are some where you've got to get the kettlebell above your head. And equally, we've got some goblet squats and some high balls. So if you've got a bit of variety, then that's great. Or you can just have it out like me. Always a popular on this. It's tough, but in quite a enjoyable way. If you're feeling tired after the last two, which they've been pretty hellish, I will say, you can just pace yourself. Equally, if you're feeling up for it, you can smash it and give yourself a really good workout. So, let's get warmed up, and then I'll go through the details. Right. Dropping out to more lifting up the arms, chest stretch, 10 chest balls. between each of the minutes. And we're doing, each minute consists of 2 exercises that you can seamlessly switch between, okay? And it needs to be seamless, that's the whole point. You don't want to be wasting sort of precious seconds swapping between the 2. So the first time we go through each combination, there's 6 combinations. You do it on a 50-10 split. So you do 50 seconds, so almost a whole minute on exercise 1. And you switch just for the last 10 seconds to exercise 2. So you get maybe a couple of reps, okay? All the way through we go. Then we go back to the start. On the second round though, we reduce exercise 1 to 40 seconds. And we increase exercise 2 to 20 seconds. So it's a 40-20 split. We go all the way through. We go back again, and we do the same thing again. We bring it down, take it up, so it's a 30-30 split, okay? And you're halfway, obviously. Then the last 2 rounds, we do a 20-40 split. So you just do 20 seconds of number 1, and then 40 seconds of number 2. And then the final round is just 10 seconds of the first one, so literally a couple of reps of that, and then immediately swap to number 2. Hence, equilibrium, yeah? So you're balancing it all out. So you really, what you need to know is your combination, your 6 combinations of the 2. Okay? Some are tough, some are a bit easier. Okay? There's no finisher today, this will take us all the way through, right to the end, okay? So, what have we got first? Side step, tuck jumps, and dive bomber press ups. So it's a body weight 1. So, side step, tuck jumps, it's basically a way of pacing out your tuck jumps, because 20 seconds of tuck jumps is hard. 50 seconds is ridiculous. So, and when I say tuck jump, everyone's got a different version. If you can do a nice big tuck jump and land safely, great. Any knee problems, hip problems, don't risk it with a tuck jump, just do a smaller tuck jump, yeah? Okay? So, number 1, so it's a tuck, side step, in, tuck, step, in, tuck, step, in. Okay, so a little bit of coordination. Keep that going for 50 seconds. And then immediately swap to dive bombers. Okay? Okay, we'll do. Okay, so there. Up into this sort of downward dog position. Then you're coming into your press up, and then up, and then push back. And then up, back. Okay? You can always do it. An alternative version would just be up into your downward dog and then drop to the knees, press up. Okay? That's fine as well. Okay? If you do the proper version though, think of your shoulder from the sides, draw in a circle. Yes, there. Yes, so my shoulder's doing this. Okay, so that's the second one on number 1. Right, number 2, we'll get your 20 seconds rest. Minute 2 is a kettlebell high pull, and then seamlessly switching into goblet squat. So kettlebell high pull, we're just doing a hand high pull, so just through the thigh triangle, through the hips, we're going to go to the floor. We're not doing a dead high pull. So there, pull and catch, pull and catch. And then the second one, you've got your goblet squat. Okay, hold it nice and high, knees out, sit into that gap. Keep your spine, head and chest up wide. Okay? Nice and simple. 20 seconds rest. On to combination 3, which is plank ups and kick throughs. Kick throughs are quite tough at first, but this gives you a chance to get used to them. So a plank up, okay? So from a high plank to a low plank, just keep it walking, okay? And you kick through, come in. Your kick throughs are done from a bear crawl position, okay? Don't try and do a kick through from this position because you won't have the balance. Yeah, so knees in and low. Now I'm just going to lift this right hand, just kick through and then back. Lift the left hand, kick through, back. Take your time. Don't worry if it isn't quite as fluid and graceful as you want it to be, because it won't be at first. The more you work on it, the better it will get. Okay, just can watch and copy. I'll go through it as we do it, obviously. Right, so next one. Tactical clean and kettlebell standing pull through. Tactical clean. It's not as complicated as it sounds. So with a regular clean, obviously I'm going to put it through the thigh triangle and end up here, yeah? With a tactical clean, I'm just going to switch. So I'm going to pull, and then this hand comes underneath and just catches it in a clean position. So I'm pulling with the right, catching with the left. Okay, watch. So there, pull, catch. That's it. And then you can drop it through with your left. Full catch, right. Drop it through, catch. Drop it through, catch. Okay? It looks more complicated than it is. It isn't actually that, you know, it's not too much to it. There, and just come through that hand and catch. Then your seamless switch is to a standing kettlebell pull through. So bottoms up, you're going to tap your chest up, and then shoulder blades. Chest to shoulder blades, yeah? There's a lot of upper body there. Chest, shoulder blades, chest, shoulder blades. Okay. Final combo, no, sorry, not final one, last two. Single whole body attack, side one, side two. So same exercise really, but you're just going to switch sides. So basically you're going to squat first and then get it above your head, however you can. Snatch is quickest, root one, bang. Okay, if you want to do a clean and press, that's also fine. So kettlebell, pick a point between the heels, hands down, hands in, and then right up, and then back. And I'm going to stick with that side, and all I'm doing then is just switching to the other side. Same exercise. If you want to do a clean first, press, a little bit slower pace, a little bit steadier, that's fine as well. Last one, it's all about the core. Commando crunch and boat. So commando crunch is like this, like a hollow body down, lift, squeeze, lift. Okay, pull the heels in, tap the feet, okay? If you'd rather do that with your hands down, okay, that's fine as well. Makes it a little bit easier, it's still difficult though. And then for the second, your seamless switch, you're just holding the boat position like that, okay? Right, that's it. So, I will try and remember to tell you to switch each time. I tend to forget towards the end as the oxygen levels drop in the brain and they get tired. If you listen carefully, you'll hear that tick, tick, tick. Okay, that means switch. Okay, so if I don't tell you and you hear it, switch. Okay, I will do my best. Okay, so our first round of 6 then. 50, 10. So the vast majority of these minutes are going to be spent on exercise 1. Okay, so our first one is our side step tuck jump, isn't it? And then dive bombers just for that last 10 seconds. Okay? Right. Bear with me. Right, okay, let's go then. Number 1, 3, 2. squat. Okay, 2, 1. 2. So this time, we're splitting the minutes, 40, 20. Okay? So a little bit less on number 1, a little bit more on number 2. Okay, get ready. 3. Tactical clean. Get ready. Is it? Oh no! Cleans and squat, sorry, yeah.
Sometimes lyrics that must stick on your mind. Papa is lying, I won't provide. My MC super, I put that party right. Sometimes
20 seconds on number one, 40 seconds on number two. Okay, last two rounds will soon be done. Right.
Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? Now that my role model is gone. Go back to the echoes. Go back.
Brilliant, well done everybody. Very enjoyable, that was. Right, we're back tomorrow. We want pyramids, which is a nice break. I think that's Saturday. It's great for the movie tomorrow. Your creation there, that finisher. Then it's Pyramids Saturday. Pyramids is a nice, it's not the hardest, it's a nice sort of, you're thinking about movements, muscle pathways and stuff. So 1 and 2, hopefully I'll see you both. 9:30 tomorrow. We're going to line up in 2 minutes with total mobility. Day 8, it's blissful, I promise you. My new favourite one, that. I'll be there in 2 minutes to start. We're going to change gear. And we're going to relax. Okay. Hopefully see you in 2 minutes or tomorrow 9:30 or Saturday 9 AM. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.